The Road Traffic Management Corporation pouncing on 19 licensing officers at Mayerton Licensing Center. This is here in Gauteng, Ekurhuleni to be exact. The group is suspected to have fraudulently issued driving licenses to various applicants. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala is following the story for us. And Nqobile, good morning to you. So the visual material you are showing us right now, just explain to us what is happening there.
Well, Koli, what you see here is also some of the cash that's being confiscated, and of course they're still looking into the pockets of some of the examiners. This money that you see in front of me is the money that's coming out of his pockets at work at this very point. And of course, because he's being placed under arrest, as you can see, it's one of the many being arrested currently. They are making sure that some of his belongings do stay with him. But what you must remember, Colin, what you must know here is that the issues vary in this area. What we have found is that some of the people here have been arrested for writing on behalf of the applicants. So one gentleman we saw getting arrested there, but what also we have seen is that there's also been a question in terms of the officials that work in this area in terms of how do they allow such things to take place. But I want to bring in the CEO for RTMC to speak to us. Advocate, we understand that there's a lot currently taking place. Perhaps if you can just come this way so we don't show anything. But advocates, we've seen quite a number of your officials getting arrested. Perhaps give us a number if you've got, but why are you arresting them?
Well, thank you for having us. We are here on an operation that has been going for the past 6 months, observing what was going on here and the intelligence that we have gathered over the months. We are here today to execute the arrest for those that we have identified to have participated in various criminal activities. The criminal activities here are, amongst others, issuance of driver's licenses fraudulently, which are Code 14. They issued such driver's licenses in the absence of the applicants. Some of the applicants are in the Eastern Cape, but they then get the licenses here. Same with the roadworthies that they're dealing with. Vehicles are not in here. And what happens during the learner's licenses classes, the runners are writing on behalf of the client, of the applicants, but they allow the runners to sit in the exam room and write on behalf of the clients. A case in point is the one that we started with, which wrote for about 15 minutes, written by somebody who's the owner of the driving school on behalf of somebody who did not answer the questions, neither did he book, neither did they test the eyes for that particular person. So these are the issues that we are dealing with. And it is rampant in this station. You could realize that we have people as far as Eastern Cape that are in here. We have people that are as far as Limpopo that are in here. It has become a regular issue in this station that they are issuing the driver's licenses.
So far, how many officials, if you can just break it down for us, how many people have been arrested and what position do they hold in this?
Well, for now, we will be taking from this station, from the officials, 6 of them, including the senior official that is managing this station. Some have ran away, but we are going to pursue them over the weekend and ensure that we arrest them. Most of them, and I'm not going to give the numbers so that we then divulge the information, most of them are in this business.
And I know that you've also arrested people that have also come to write here. So how many people then that are just normal residents that you've arrested?
The normal residents are going to be 4 that we are arresting other than the officials. But with the officials, you will then realize that by now we will have arrested 6 of the officials. Some of them, as I've said, they've run away, but we are going to get them. And we have just been reliably informed that one of them has gone home in Lesotho, but we're going to ensure that we collaborate with some other law enforcement to waylay him on the road to get him back into South Africa.
What is the problem with such acts, with such conduct? How does this impact on our daily lives on the street when we're driving?
Well, what the critical aspect that gets us into these problems, we now know that as a country, on annual basis, we are spending 146 billion of rents in terms of the accidents that happen on the roads, inclusive of the medical attention. But what causes this? The people that we have on the road can't drive. You can see that these people that we have on their list are people who are not here, but they've been issued with driver's licenses, but they're not here. Those people can't even drive, but the next moment they're going to be on the road and they're going to cause a lot of accidents. But the second matter into this is greed. Our officials have a permanent job employment, but as you can see, normally in the normal day in this station, at about 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning, of the official, most of them have in their pockets about 6,000. So you then imagine at the end of the day how much do they have. And this is tax-free, that they are having it on daily basis, and it cannot happen in that matter. But over and above, in terms of the road accident fund, we are sitting into the problem simply because we have now to pay for the victims of the accidents that are caused maliciously that could have been avoided if we were then doing our work well. But what is more frustrating is the collaboration amongst government employees. We had somebody who was then saying that he's coming from Mpumalanga. There are so many driving schools, there are so many DLTCs in Mpumalanga. You pass Pretoria, you pass Joburg to come to this station. So on its own, it's telling.
No problem indeed. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Advocate Makosini, who is the CEO of RTMC. But fully, as you can hear there, the issue being the fact that there's a lot of corruption taking place, and of course, some of these officials will have to answer for it. But for now, they have to take them to the police station.
Obina Madlala, thank you very much there. A very, very important work being conducted by the Road Traffic Management Corporation, and indeed pouncing on their very own officials who are allegedly involved in acts of corruption. They are alleged to have been writing the driving license exams, if you want to put it that way, on behalf of the very people that they are supposed to be testing. And so you've got to ask the question, once the person gets the license, do they even know the rules of the road, given that the license was written on their behalf? And so perhaps it is part of the reason why we have so many accidents on our roads. All right.